For wrestling action tonight as the Trojans welcome in the Shakopee Sabres here for a dual match. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with John Lauritsen from Channel 4. And John, tall order for Wayzata here tonight. They've got a young team off to a 1-1 start. They're facing a very good Shakopee team this evening.
And really early in the season, so it'll be a good test for them. You know, Shakopee is one of those schools where the program has been pretty good on the verge of the state tournament the last few years, and a very solid lineup halfway through at least. Upper weight's a little bit weaker, but Wayzata's going to have to be wary of them early on because Shakopee has some very good wrestlers in the lower weights.
Shakopee coming in at 7-0. They're ranked 7th. They won their tournament last week. It's been a real busy week from them. They had a few matches on Tuesday night. They've got this one Thursday, another one with Scott West on Friday, and then a tournament Saturday. Their guys are really going to find out what they're made of these last in this 1 week.
Yeah, and that's a loaded schedule right away, but that's a good thing too. You don't want to wear yourself out. Too many matches too early in the season. You want to pace yourself come tournament time in February, but that's a good test early on for them to have that loaded schedule. We'll see how it pans out tonight in a dual meet.
Trojans have a mixture of experienced guys and new guys, but a couple guys ranked real high. Nick O'Brien and Colin Sohn are ranked in the top 3 in their weight classes, so those are guys are definitely good ones to look for tonight for Wayzata.
I think last year you and I watched Wayzata in Tartan, if I'm not mistaken, and Nick O'Brien. That was my first chance to watch him. He's really an impressive wrestler. I know he's been a state place winner the last few years and obviously a leader on this team. It'll be fun to watch him tonight. He's one of those guys that will have to get a win for Wayzata for them to kind of stay in this dual meet, I think.
And Shakopee, 4 ranked guys. We're going to see a number 1 ranked guy very early in their lineup as they look to jump out to a lead here. It's the Sabres and the Trojans. High school wrestling action coming up right after this here on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
And welcome back to Spotlight on here at Wayzata. It is Alex Crow for Shakopee taking on Mark Walerius of Wayzata in our 106-pound matchup. Crow, a freshman, coming in at 7-2. Walerius, second place finish at the Drogamiller Invite. He's 3-2 so far on the season, and we are underway. Of course, Wayzata in blue and Shakopee in the black and red.
The coaches from Wayzata say Walerius was kind of a small 106-pounder last year, but still got 11 wins. And they'll need him tonight to have a shot here against Shakopee because Shakopee's got a real solid lineup, as we talked about earlier, about halfway through. A little bit weaker in the upper weights, but a solid team overall. There's a takedown right off the bat by Alex Crow. Lets him go, shoots in again. Trying to switch to a double leg. Walerius trying to sprawl on him, trying to play defense here a little bit. Crow kind of spinning around. He's very close to having 2 points. That will be 2 right there. 4-1 quickly. Alex Crow of Shakopee over Mark Walerius of Wayzata. A minute in here to the first period.
Shakopee, about 55 guys out for the team this year. It's obviously a sport that's still going strong in their community, and had a lot of exhibition matches tonight. Both these teams not only have full varsity lineups, which isn't a given these days amongst all the schools, but also pretty full JV lineups too. So a little bit of a late start to the varsity, but a lot of guys getting to chance to get some time on the mat here tonight, which obviously is good for the future for their programs.
It's really nice to see, you know, when you have that big of a team, you almost can have A, B, and C squad like they used to have in the old days. But nice to see that in Shakopee, where other parts of the state, rivals are having to pair up just to keep programs alive. So Shakopee is doing something right with their feeder programs and their younger wrestlers, getting them interested and getting them to stay out for it. 20 seconds left here in the first, and Crow still in control of Walerius. He's trying to stand up.
Crow just seemed to be kind of hanging on here late, not really being able to work toward a turn, but he knows, you know, where they're at time-wise. You don't want to obviously stall, but you also don't want to let him get a cheap escape on you in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay. At this point, it does not pay to let Mark Walerius go for your Alex Crow here, because you have taken him down twice, but just not enough time. If you do it again, that'd just be like giving up a free point.
And that is how the first period will end here, with a 4-1 lead on that pair of takedowns by Alex Crow. Trojans defer their choice, and Crow is going to choose down here to begin our second period.
Period 2.
Mark Walerius' first chance to be in control. And quickly a switch attempted there by Alex Crow. Now he gets to his feet. Walerius trying to bring him down. Nice movement by Alex Crow to keep moving. He got an escape out of it. 5-2 now. Tries a leg trip. And then both wrestlers tie up here outside the inner circle. 5-1 Alex Crow. Now leads Mark Walerius. He's taken him down twice already. We'll see what he does here.
He seems to be able to dictate a little bit here so far. He's not dominating, but he's kind of setting the tone.
Keeps trying a leg trip there. You see, there's a double leg that he shoots in for. We'll try and switch to a single. And he'll finish at 7-1 now. Now you're looking at major decision territory if he gets up by 8 points. But a little early in the match to be thinking about that. He's going to try and get some back points here. Almost tilted him. He saw one count by the referee. Crow trying to, almost in like a Turk position, but he's got a leg hook there. Trying to get kind of a tilt going. Get some easy back points if he can. Very close to having Walerius turn, but Walerius doing a good job of fighting it off so far. Almost in a cradle position, trying to lock up some kind of cradle there. Does not work. And Walerius gets back to his belly momentarily. Crow trying to break that plane. You can see that, Jay. The ref's just got his hand perpendicular to the mat. That means no back points yet, although he is close if he's indicating that.
15 seconds.
Pretty good job by Walerius to fight it off. I thought even though that cradle, what it turned into a cradle, wasn't locked on that great, it still looked like he was going to be able to get at least a couple of back points out of it, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, Walerius playing very good defense despite being behind here 7-1. Has not gone to his back yet. He's been taken down 3 times, but has not gone to his back, and that can go a long way here to just kind of staying in the match.
He'll choose both up here to begin the third. He's got quite a deficit. I think he feels he probably can't take the time to start from the bottom like a lot of guys would. If you're real confident you can get out, then it's one thing when you've got a lot of time to go, but in this case, I don't think he was.
Yeah, Alex Crow trying to pick at Walerius' leg. Almost like an ankle pick or kind of a leg trip there. He's tried a couple different times. Tries to trip him again. And again, they go off the edge of the mat. 7-1. Alex Crow of Shakopee leads Mark Walerius.
Can always see in the good programs, even the younger guys just look like they know what they're doing out there, like they've had a lot of mat time, and you're seeing that with Crow.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, a low single there, and was able to finish it. Now he's got the major decision, Jay, with just under a minute and a half left. He's going to try a little tilt here, and he's going to get some back points. There's a 2 count, I think. He did. He got 2 near fall there very quickly before they went off the mat. That makes it 11-1. So he's got the major decision at this point locked up with a minute 23 left. And now it's a matter of how do you play this? Do you go for the tech fall? I'm assuming that's on his mind, obviously. He's had a hard time turning Mark Walerius, who's done a good job of staying off his back.
Certainly like the way that Crow is staying aggressive, though. He's not sitting on the lead. He's looking to score, not by being careless or overconfident, but just continuing to work.
And here he's being safe. He's got Walerius broke down, and at least he did temporarily there. He's not getting too high on him or trying to leg ride him and getting in a position where he can't maintain control. He knows he's got the major decision. Trying to work for, looks like an arm bar here. And maybe tilt here if he can work out some kind of combination. Mostly, though, probably in his head, Jay, he's thinking I'm up 11-1. I'm content with the way things are right now. Larry's trying to stand up. Crow brings him back down. There's 20 seconds left now here in the third period.
15 seconds.
Looks more and more like we're going to end up about where we're at now here.
Crow's still working. Even if he gets back points here, though, it's not going to make a difference for the team score.
And Crow is going to end up winning a major decision by an 11-0 count here for the Sabres. So they get off to a good start, 11-1 victory for Crow. And we go to what could be an interesting one at 113 now.
Yeah, Alex Crow shot a nice low single there and was able to kind of go to a leg trip afterwards. So taking down Mark Walerius 4 times in that match, I believe, and obviously doing a good job of maintaining control throughout.
There was a look at Mark Nye there, kind of in the dark, the Sabres head coach. And we've got Brent Jones for Shakopee, ranked number 1 at 106. He's wrestling 113 tonight, and he's going against Boyd Mambua, who was a state entrant last year and won 27 matches. So this one could be an interesting one early on here.
Well, this will be fun to watch. Brent Jones, who top-ranked wrestler at 106 pounds in the state in Class 3A for Shakopee. But as you said, Boyd Mambua, state entrant last year, and maybe the bigger of the two 113-pounders here.
Jones has been almost perfect so far, 7-0, 6 pins.
Single leg here from Mambua. Let's see if he can finish it. Brent Jones playing defense, doing a good job of that. And I kind of see it. That's pretty smart wrestling, kind of switches it. But Mambua, give him credit. He's not letting go of that leg. Brent Jones really sprawling on him here.
Jones trying to get that leg free. He's putting a lot of pressure on the head of Mambua. And now we'll go off the mat. Still scoreless here, and both teams' fans kind of fired up to see this match.
Well, Mambua definitely not intimidated. Going against a top-ranked wrestler, as I mentioned, at 106 pounds in the state. Shot a single right away. Not able to finish, but shows that he's going to be aggressive if he can be. Nice defense there by Brent Jones, who kind of picks his leg right back. But Mambua with a reversal right away. 2-2. That's going to give him some confidence, I think. Jay trying to go for a cradle on Jones.
Good activity from Mambua there as he was taken down, but only stayed down for a second there.
I don't know if that's a back points or not. It happened kind of quickly there, and it was kind of an awkward position. I think it's going to be 2 near fall. Let's see if the ref gives that to him.
Yeah, he's gonna come over to the score table here, and they're gonna sort this out, I think, as far as what exactly. It did look like he had signaled 2 near fall. We might also have an escape, perhaps.
Some people call that move that he caught Mambua in a cobra, and
For Jones, 6-2.
And that's what they gave him, 2 near fall there. Okay, I was wondering, it wasn't he wasn't so much on his back as he's kind of stuck in a weird position there, but yeah, it was definitely a couple near fall points there. Suddenly, just like that, it's 6-2.
Mambua uses down.
Mambua down to begin period number 2 here. Jones kind of take control late in that first period, although definitely has his hands full in this one.
Oh, it's a half Nelson. Jones threw on right away. And he's got a deep, had a deep there for a second. Throwing on the legs now, Mamboa. Mamboa, nice job. Keep moving. Almost got an escape. Still close. Jones does a nice job of hanging on, breaking him back down, trying for a near cradle here. Mamboa trying to stand up. Jones reaching across. Throws on a leg. Ooh, likely got hurt for a second. He's got Mamboa flat now, broke his base. We'll see what he does from here, leading 6-2. One thing about Brent Jones I've noticed right away is he's got a few different takedowns he likes to use. It looks like he's tried a few different pinning combinations. None have really worked yet, obviously, but continues to move, continues to exert his will here on Mamboa.
Not seeing any signs of tiring yet from Boyd, really, though. He's continued to work hard, trying to get up and out. No scoring yet here in this period as we've gone past halfway into the second.
There he gets an escape. 6-3 now. Mamboa almost took Jones down early in the match. There's Jones with the shot, single leg. Mamboa sprawling. Mamboa, strong wrestler. Still got that single. If he pops his head out, Jones will have two. There he does. Plus, he's got a half now. He's going to try and turn Mamboa. Not able to do it. That's how the second period is likely going to end. We have back points. No, I don't think so. Nope, not enough time. 8-3 though. Brent Jones leading Boyd Mamboa of Wayzata.
Into the third period.
Jones will start down. He just chooses down to begin the third period.
It's been kind of an interesting match. I mean, not a lot of clean nobody's dominating, but Jones has gotten the better of things enough to get some takedowns. He's definitely had his hands full, though.
I think he was a little bit shocked right away when Mamboa got that reversal. It was really a nice reversal, too. But here's that Cobra type position again that he's trying to get him in. And that's going to be a reversal, most likely. Nothing yet. Mamboa's still got that leg, so no points yet. Jones should have at least one here coming out of this. See if the ref lets him finish this act here. That'll be a point. 9-3 now he leads, so he's 2 points away from a major. Mamboa thinking takedown though. Shot in early in this match on Jones, almost took him down. There's a nice shot by Jones. Let's see if he can finish. He's got that single leg. Mamboa playing defense, trying to sprawl. Hard to believe Mamboa is only in 8th grade, though. I mean, he looks very good. Looks like he's not afraid to wrestle with a very experienced wrestler here who's got some state tournament experience as well.
Back under that 8-point major with that escape, so 11-4 at the moment. I have a feeling we're going to see some more scoring yet, though.
Jones confident he can take down Mamboa here in the final 30 seconds to get that major decision. There's a head shock, tie up. Wayzata coaches got excited there for a second. They want to see a throw. There's a takedown now by Mamboa. 11-6. Gonna have to work fast to try and turn Jones if he wants a shot to win this. 10 seconds left. 11-6 though. Looks like that's how this is going to end. Nice bit of wrestling, though, by Boyd Mamboa. Going against a top-ranked wrestler in the state for Shakopee.
So a pretty good one as we expected, and Jones does prevail, but it was not that easy. He gave up that late takedown, so 11-6 win for Jones. And now a 7-0 lead for the Sabres on the team board as we get another look at some of the action here.
A couple times you thought Mamboa might be in trouble, but boy, he just kept moving, and there he comes out on top with a takedown of his
The eighth
own.
grader at 120 pounds.
Impressive
for
match
Shakopee.
by both wrestlers.
Lloyd for Wayzata, David Corey.
Alex Lloyd of Shakopee, David Corey of Wayzata here at 120 pounds. Corey filling in for Jose Davis. Lloyd 5-0 so far and was 5th at state last year. So, and he quickly gets a takedown. Certainly one that Shakopee would figure to be the favorite in, even though Lloyd's a young guy, an 8th grader.
Yeah, another young wrestler for Shakopee. Boy, they got a nice young team too, on top of having some highly ranked guys in state.
Lloyd is ranked 4th at 120 right now.
They got a crossbody ride here a little bit on Corey for a very quick takedown. Corey trying to stand up. Gives up the escape. 2-1 now. Wrestlers tie up. Lloyd just kind of gives him a little bit of a shuck to the side, takes him down 4-1. There he's got a little bit of a tilt going on. Has not broke the plane yet. There he does. That's back points.
Can he pin him with this?
I think he's got him in trouble here. Nope. And potentially dangerous this call, but that should be 2 or 3 back. That's 3 near fall. 7-1 already. Alex Lloyd over David Corey. Had Corey in some trouble there, but Corey able to kind of, we got a caution, kind of able to kick his way out, then potentially dangerous called. So 7-1. Alex Lloyd leading. And you expect him to try for more near fall here, Jay, before the end of the first period. Throws on the legs. Crossbody ride, lets him go. 10 seconds. He's probably thinking takedown here in 10 seconds, obviously. Goes for a bear hug, trip to his back. That's a takedown, no near fall, though. But 9-2, just like that.
9-2 at the other one.
Lloyd showing a good arsenal here in this first period, scoring 9. There's a look at Tim Hartung, the Trojans as a coach and former Gophers All-American.
Standout for the Gophers for a few years. Start the second period, Lloyd down. That's an escape, 10-2. Again, takes Corey down to his back, but he's going to get a takedown, but no near fall, I believe. Or was it, did he keep his feet in bounds? It's almost like football. Yes, he did. It's almost like football when you're catching a pass. You got to keep your feet in bounds. Even if the guy's out of bounds, you still can get the takedown.
Yeah, it was basically what we saw at the end of the first period, only on the other side of the mat.
Did not see the ref indicate 2 there, but he definitely had the takedown. So 12-2. Now Alex Lloyd leads.
Lloyd, for this weight class, pretty strong upper body, and he's been able to use that against Corey here.
Yeah, and again, only an 8th grader. Shakopee has a very bright future with Brent Jones and Alex Lloyd.
Barring that arm up now.
In a really good position there is Lloyd. He's got him broke down flat on the mat. Several ways you can go with this. Maintaining hand control, breaks him back down. There he goes back to the arm bar. So he walks it around the front here and tries to get him on his back. Nope. Corey playing defense pretty well right now. There's that arm bar. Lloyd is doing a good job of moving kind of back and forth. He'll switch to the half, and he'll try the arm bar. Now it looks like the half is going to work for him. There's near fall. It's close to having a pin, too. Very close. I think he's, there it is. I was going to say, I think he's got him stuck, and he definitely did.
3:18. Alex Lloyd.
3:18, the time of the pin for Alex Lloyd. And the Sabres will go up by a 13-0 count. Real good, impressive performance by Lloyd. He was just busy the whole time, kept the pressure on, and finally ends up getting the pin out of it.
Yeah, just a little arm drag there, and then
At 146
as you said, Jay, he stayed busy. Went from the armbar back to the half, to the armbar to the half. Finally, it was the half Nelson that worked on David Corey, and he gets the pin.
Brad Bourne now at 126 for Shakopee against Sullivan Brady, a sophomore new to the varsity this year for the Trojans. Bourne 6 wins, 3 losses so far this season, so probably another one that the Sabres come into kind of expecting to get.
Yeah, and leading early 13-0 over Wayzata. There's a shot by Bourne, a good shot, double leg. Switches to kind of a near cradle. He's got Brady in trouble early. Definitely going to be up 5-0. Oh, wow. Well, Brady's a strong wrestler. I think most guys would give up a 5-point move there right off the bat and almost be pinned, but boy, he's really doing a good job of fighting that. Not a very comfortable position to be in, but he's trying hard. Brad Bourne going to try and switch sides here. Does not want to let this position go if he can help himself at all. So he's got that arm trapped of Brady. Now he reaches across for his shoulder, kind of reverse half for a second. There it is. Now he flips him to his back. Brady's just, he doesn't have far to go to get out of bounds if he can keep fighting. 40 seconds to go here in the first period. They got caught there right away. Ref's going to call it potentially dangerous.
The near fall finally awarded now. It occurred about 30 seconds ago, but there was still a pinning combination going on, so it couldn't quite award it. Boy, a good aggressive start by Bourne, and he almost, I thought he was going to get him within the first 30 seconds there. Good thing Brady had a lot of fight left in him. Obviously wasn't tired yet, so he's still in there.
Yeah, props to Sullivan Brady, because right away when he was on his back like that, his arm was trapped. I thought he was done for, but man, he's a strong kid, and he fought that off. Brad Bourne coming out with a lot of energy. Another one of those lower weight classes where Shakopee can wrestle with just about anybody in the state, I think, right now. Bourne throws on the legs. Careful not to get too high. 15 seconds, 10 seconds now. Still working to try and get some near fall here. Brady, we've learned that Sullivan Brady's a pretty strong kid. He's not going to give it up that easy. And that's how it'll stand. 5-0 Brad Bourne is Shakopee over Sullivan Brady here as we go into the second period.
There's a look at Dave Drugamiller, the co-head coach for the Trojans, along with Tim Hartung, and Dave's been around, and I was asking him about, they list them as co-head coaches again now. Hartung had been the head coach, and he said, it's kind of entitled, we're still doing the same things that we were always doing. And Dave's been around as a head coach, assistant coach, co-head coach for a long time with this Trojans program. He said, it doesn't really matter to me what the titles say. We're both doing our best for this program either way.
And they've done a pretty good job over the years. Wayzata's always competitive in wrestling. The Drugamillers have pretty good family history of wrestling as well.
That's for sure.
7-1, I believe Brad Bourne now up on Sullivan Brady of Wayzata. For takedown, escape. Looks like another takedown here. This is a major decision now at this point, 9-1.
They've got it up on the board now. They didn't initially notice. He did, in fact, give 2, so that is correct. It should be 9-1.
Sullivan Brady losing this match. Again, close to being put on his back, but if I were a betting man, the way this match started, I would have guessed that he'd be potentially dangerous once again. He had his leg locked around his head. And the ref's going to kind of explain to him what he did wrong there.
That were the point here to Brady because of the...
That's a neck concern right there. You legally cannot do that in a wrestling match, but the ref explained that to him. And Brady will get a potentially dangerous, kind of a legal move point there. A penalty on Brad Bourne, so to speak, to make it 9-2. There goes a major decision, but a lot of time left in this match. Bourne trying to kind of tilt Brady. kind of finishing my earlier thought, I mean, the way this match started, I thought it would have been done in the first 30 seconds, but Sullivan Brady fighting hard here.
15 seconds.
And he's been in a tough spot for virtually every second of the match, too. I mean, he hasn't had much time to really think about getting anything going because Bourne jumped on him from the start, and he's had him in tough spots pretty much all throughout.
And just a few seconds ago, the camera got a good shot of his face, and you could tell it has not been a fun match, I don't think, for him. But
Third period.
able to fight off that initial 5-point move, and it's 9-2. As we know in wrestling, anything can happen. All you gotta do is catch the guy once. Bourne tries to sit out, starting in the down position. Brady maintaining control. Bourne kind of a long, lean 126-pounder for Shakopee. He sits out. Got Brady in kind of a precarious situation now once again. That should no longer has control. He might give up 2 here. Bourne should have a reversal, I believe.
Not quite yet.
No, still hanging on to that leg. See his arm is in there still. That's why he hasn't had any points. That should be 2 now.
2-point reversal.
Bourne goes right for the arm bar.
Still a lot of time to go here. 1:10 in the third. Trying to stretch that arm out and turn him.
You can hear the Shakopee coaches yelling, "Don't give it up, don't give it up." Well, he's right on the edge of the mat, and Brady close to getting an escape there for a second. Bourne trying to hang on, hope the ref calls out of bounds here in a second. They're right on the edge. Does not. Brady trying to get away. There he gets that escape. That was pretty hard earned, Jay.
And he's coming back at him hard now. He's going to say, okay, I got another 40 seconds to go. I'm going to give it all I got.
He thought for a second he's going to try and throw Bourne, but here they are tied up now. Halfway through the inner circle and outer circle. Brady, you can tell he's thinking about it. He's going to try a little throw here if he can get it. Instead, he gives up a takedown. Bourne will just most likely try and ride this out here the final 10 seconds.
And so a 13-3 decision here for Bourne. It's a major decision for Shakopee.
Double leg takedown, switches right to a half Nelson there for a 5-point move. Brad Bourne, then later, another takedown, and that pretty much sealed it. 13-3, Shakopee gets another major decision.
Sabres up 17-0 now back as they get the win. Now we go to Tyson Leon for Shakopee. Nick O'Brien, ranked number 3 for Wayzata. This is Wayzata feeling like, okay, now is when we get going a little bit, but Tyson is not going to be so sure that that's the case here. He's a junior, 3-1 record. And that will be 2, in fact, for Tyson Leon. O'Brien, 4-time state entrant, 3-time state placer. He's state runner-up at 126, 39 wins last year, 160 career wins.
And he just took down a 4-time state entrant, a guy who has state championship aspirations.
O'Brien the escape and a quick shot.
The Kelly position is O'Brien. They go off the edge of the mat. He trails early 2-1. Tyson Leon. Leon is a junior. O'Brien the senior.
You really get the feeling that Tyson looks at this as an opportunity. It isn't, oh no, I have to wrestle a good guy. It's, hey, great, I get to wrestle a good guy. And that's what you're hoping for when you're coaching. And O'Brien obviously probably feels a little bit of, the weight on the way the things have started out for his team. Now wants to be the guy that can turn the tables.
Yeah. And it's for you, if you're a wrestler like this and you got to go against someone like Nick O'Brien, it's kind of a measuring stick for you to see where you stand with some of these very good wrestlers. O'Brien trying to work for that takedown. He's going to have 2 there. He keeps his feet in bounds, even though Leon was off the edge of the mat. Just like in football again, you got to keep your feet in bounds. You'll get the takedown, and he got it. 3-2 now. He takes the lead back. a caution there. Leon really
Caution, Shakopee.
really eager to kind of jump out from the start. He knows he's got to get a quick start. Leon trying to stand up. Brian maintaining control, and there's an escape for Leon. And seeing how Leon has come out here, boy, Shakopee is just solid in these lower weights. They will give Prior Lake a run for their money, I think, in that section this year, Jay, the way things are going.
Prior Lake all the way up to number 2 in the rankings, so they're definitely a team to reckon with, and they've been the roadblock, I guess you'd say, for Shakopee these last few years in that Section 2 championship.
Kelly position here for O'Brien as he's trying to muster a takedown the final few seconds. It's just not going to happen. That's kind of a bug going into the second period, tied 3-3. Impressive start for Tyson Leon.
And I think another thing that's maybe surprised O'Brien a little bit is he's been able to match him strength-wise. He's not been able to muscle him around either.
No. O'Brien, a well-built wrestler, but Leon right there with him too. Two very strong wrestlers with both very good technique. What do you get a 3-3 score leading or going into the second period? Leon starting down, O'Brien in the up position, fighting for hand control here. Now you're right, Jay. Wayzata needs a win badly. This is a guy they probably circled and put down for a win already, but struggling a little bit with Tyson Leon of Shakopee.
Leon indicating that he was being choked there, and O'Brien quickly let it go.
And you looked at the ref and pointed at his arm, and yeah, like you said, I think he thought maybe the ref would stop the match for a second. But if this were a college match, O'Brien would be working on riding time here a little bit, trying to get an advantage there, but no points for riding time in high school. I was going to say, a little surprised he hasn't let him go in that case then and try and take him down again. 4-3 now as he lets Leon go. Leon with the lead.
Brian trying to set him up for a shot, but he's had trouble with his style.
Leon's got some leverage to him. He's got those long arms, and it's hard to get around a wrestler like that. He's kind of switching to a double leg. Wizard in, though, for O'Brien. He hasn't given up the takedown yet. Does a good job of staying neutral. 20 seconds to go in what's been a pretty entertaining match so far. These last 19 seconds will be interesting. You got to figure Nick O'Brien will choose down to begin the third for a better chance to get an escape reversal, get some points.
15 seconds in the period.
Shot, fireman's carry position for O'Brien, switches to a single, trying to get to a double, trying to finish. Boy, he's a strong kid. He got it, yeah. I think that's a good call by the ref. I think he just had the takedown. Nice move by Nick O'Brien, and he'll start down now with the lead 5-4. Tough break for Leon to give up that takedown with just a couple seconds to go in the second period.
O'Brien really looks intense now. He knows he did not expect to be in this kind of battle, I don't think, coming into the match, and just gets the lead heading into the third and try and get up and out and score from there.
Yeah, he's being challenged here by Tyson Leon. But he has a 5-4 lead. He's trying to get his hips out to get an escape. There it is, 6-4 now. Nick O'Brien leads. Goes right at Leon. He's close to getting a takedown there. It didn't happen. Good job by Leon of playing defense. There's a double leg he shoots for.
Looks like Tyson might be tiring just a little bit. O'Brien's coming at him harder now than he was earlier in the match.
O'Brien is one of those wrestlers I think that gets stronger as the match goes on. Doesn't tire out very easily. There he gets a takedown. 8-4 now. Starting to take over this match. He's going to let him go. Leon very looks very fatigued now at this point. There he shoots it. O'Brien. He's got a nice deep shot. O'Brien escapes. 8-5.
Halfway through the third period.
Kind of takes
here.
a rough shot there by Leon. Just kind of just throws himself at him. He's about to give up another takedown. O'Brien's got his kind of a near cradle position. Does not have control yet. Probably a little content with showing some time. There's a takedown. 10-5 now.
See if he'll try and turn
He's
him
got
from
it.
here.
He does. He has a near cradle locked up. Jay, if he can kind of, Leon is a strong kid. He's doing a good job of kind of playing defense here. He's got a post set up. Oh, his leg.
Uh-oh, potentially
Got caught
dangerous
there.
call, and his knee was wrenched.
Yeah, he got wrenched pretty good. Hopefully he's all right. He's gonna at least finish the match here. 17 seconds to go. Looks like Leon's all right. His leg got really pulled up high. Well, he tries a little roll there. Might get an escape out of this. Should be 10-6 now. Brian's still going after him. There's a shot by Leon. Nick O'Brien will survive that.
Decision for Wayzata Senior.
Taking over after the first period, winning that one 10-6. Impressive win for Nick O'Brien against pretty tough wrestler from Shakopee.
Boy, I think Tyson's going to get the admiration of his team right there. He did not end up winning, and that's obviously what he was out there to do, but against a really good opponent, he fought hard.
At 138 pounds.
He made Nick O'Brien a very good wrestler in that win. Wayzata gets on the board, but that was an entertaining match to say the least.
We go to 138. Alex Coleman now for Shakopee. Evan Cluck of Wayzata. Coleman is 6-2, rated number 6, and he was a state entrant last year. And Evan Cluck had 27 wins last year, multiple section placer. So this one could be a pretty nice match too. Coleman probably the favorite, but Cluck has done some things in his career too for Wayzata. So see how this one shakes out.
Coleman, a junior, ranked 6th in the state at 132 pounds.
And then a double here, and he'll get the first points on the board. Coleman with the takedown.
Another very good wrestler for Shakopee here in these lower weights. Really, Evan Cluck hasn't had a chance to do much. A takedown here by Alex Coleman. Now he's got him kind of sprawled out, throwing a leg here, kind of power halving him. Trying to turn him with that power half. Another position that's not real fun to be in. You can see the ref, he's got his hand perpendicular to the mat. There he's going to give some back points. He broke the plane. Near fall for Coleman. I believe it's 3. That's 3 near fall. 5-0. He leads Evan Cluck. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Power half, that's a position. If you get it in deep, it's you can finish a match pretty quick. There's a tilt, pretty nice looking tilt there. He should, he doesn't have quite the plane broke, and there's going to be near fall. The ref's indicating it now. So he'll pick up another 3.
When you love, if you're Shakopee, that you can do that with the timing the way it was. Realize what he had left. Okay, I'm going to work a tilt here, and just enough time to get the count, and puts up 3 more on the board. 8-0.
Yeah, he didn't try and go for a pinning combination there. He just wanted to control the hips and get a quick tilt, and boy, he did that all in about 10-12 seconds there and picked up a pretty easy 3 near fall. Shot by Coleman. Right on the edge of the mat. They're tied up. Coleman tries a fireman's carry, does finish it. 10-0 now. The takedown.
2 points.
Showed some strength there.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a great grip on it to start.
Didn't have the leverage on his side, but boy, he finished that. Has hand control right away on clock, trying to break him down. They're going to go off the mat here. The ref will restart them.
Coleman's, he just had good controlled aggression. You know, sometimes you see guys that come out and they're all over the place charging at somebody, and he's just been in control. You can see he's experienced.
And you see that too in some matches where guys come out fiery like that, and by the middle of the second period, they're gassed. So yeah, you're right. He's definitely conditioned well. Almost like a banana splits here he's trying to go for. He's got that leg in. Sometimes that position looks like you can be in trouble, but if you're comfortable crossbody riding like that, it's a good position to be in. He's going to get some back points here. I was going to try and get the fall if he can. He's got near fall. He's switching. Almost like a grapevine position there. He's close to having a pin as Alex Coleman. Fighting is the best he can. He's in trouble here. That's a tough position to be in. That'll be a pin right there.
At 3:42, Alex Coleman.
First pin of the night. I'm sorry, second pin of the night.
3:42 the time as Coleman adjusted his grip there and was able to put him away to get the fall for the Sabres, and they go up 23-3.
There's a fireman's that he just did not have the leverage on, but boy, his sheer strength got him through that. And here he's another one of those Shakopee wrestlers where we saw 3 or 4 pinning combinations they're trying. They're really mixing it up, and pretty impressive match, pretty impressive wrestlers, Alex Coleman of Shakopee.
Edberg, and for Wayzata Jr., Aaron Cody.
We've got Jack Edberg for the Sabres, Aaron Cody for Wayzata in our 145-pound matchup. Edberg's one of the captains for Shakopee, a 7-2 start to the season for him. Cody won 19 matches a year ago. He was 6th at the Ken Drugemiller Invite. Section placer last year. Another guy with some definite experience for the Trojans.
Yeah, all conference wrestler too, so maybe we got a good match on our hands here.
Edberg a little bit taller of the two, a little bit longer and leaner.
Lanky wrestler, and sometimes that translates into moves where you can use your leverage. Fireman's carry, and then when you're in the up position, possibly a leg riding type wrestler, there he tries a shot. Tries another shot. Cody now with the single. Edberg trying to sprawl, use his leverage there to kind of hook that ankle and spin around if he can. He's close to having 2. He should have it there. And he does.
So Edberg on the board first here for the Sabres.
These tall guys too can be good cradlers. Aaron Cody's gonna have to watch that. There he throws on the legs. Trying to break down Cody, but not able to do it very well. Cody doing a good job maintaining his base. There he has him sprawled out for a second. Cody right back to his base. Sprawled again, back to his base. Edberg isn't sure if he wants to try for a cradle or throw on the legs here. Cody thinking escape in these final few seconds. Not going to happen though. 2-0, Edberg will lead Cody going into the second period.
Edberg 2-0 at the end of the first. Second period. Was it at the first? Shakopee chooses down.
From a dual standpoint, this would be the time when Wayzata would want to try and go on a run if they can. Maybe try and sneak out a win here. Get a caution.
Caution on Wayzata.
Edberg looking to sit out right away.
And he has an escape. Able to keep moving. It's now 3-0. Cody wants to tie up with him a little bit here. Trying to keep him on the mat. They work back to the center. Edberg tries a little bit of a shot there. Cody kind of hooks his chin for a second. Edberg with an early takedown and an escape. That's the difference, 3-0. Minute 5 here to go. Hard to call either wrestler for stalling, but nobody's really taking a shot here. They're both moving, but
And not nearly as busy a match as the last few have been.
no. It slowed down after kind of a fast start. Edberg with a takedown, but there he takes a shot. He's going to end up with a takedown here and almost had Cody on his back. That'll be 5-0 now for Edberg.
Maybe you heard us saying there
I
wasn't
think
much
so.
action.
Yeah. Picked up the pace a little bit.
See, down to about 20 seconds to go in this second period. Edberg up by 5 here, and Cody's been fighting hard, but not a lot of effectiveness in terms of offense.
No, there hasn't been. Edberg really wants to throw in those legs. Cody playing defense. If he had a little more time, he'd be in a position to kind of work some kind of escape or something there. But as the way it ends in the second period, 5-0 now, Edberg leading. Cody wants to go neutral with it.
Third period.
Been taken down twice, but he feels like maybe he's got a shot here to do something. Has not been able to get away from Edberg, though, when he's been in the down position. Kind of a wizard attempt there by Edberg. They go off the mat and off the entire mat and onto the basketball floor for a second. Got a restart here. Edberg another shot. Cody sprawls. Coach Hartung yelling, move your feet, short elbow. He wants him to kind of control the match, and right now it's not happening. Like a little arm drag there in that position, but to no avail. We might have blood or something here on the mat.
Yeah, looks like from the nose of Edberg. Both guys saw the drop hit the mat and kind of pointed to the official that got somebody bleeding a little bit there. So
bloody noses are common in wrestling. It's even worse during these December, January, and February months when it's so dry outside. So they will probably get him stuffed up and back out here and do him on a time.
yeah, a lot of times it isn't necessarily from a blow from the match even. It's got a little dried out heading in. Hard to tell with that, when they're not in the spotlight. It looks like the blood time has stopped now, so not anything too big of a gusher or anything.
There was a time years ago, especially in the 90s, where they did not have blood time. And you would, even at the state tournament, you would see some guys get a bloody nose in the first period, and a wrestling match is 6 minutes long, but they would spend 20-plus minutes on blood time. I saw that happen once in a state final match. And that's kind of where the rule came into play. It's just one of those things where they got to keep the match moving. Almost like a baseball game, sometimes you got to keep things moving, and that's what the sport's all about, the action on the mat. So not a bad rule. There's kind of a little pick there by Edberg, picks the ankle, gets the takedown, 7-0 with a minute to go. He's going to let him go and try and get this major decision, 7-1. Needs a takedown here to go up by 8. Then he'd have 14 points as opposed to 3. Cody knows it, though. Ties up with his head, trying not to let Edberg get behind him. Still tied up, middle of the mat. Edberg trying to get that takedown, trying to give his team a major decision. Ref does not call him out of bounds, wants him to work back to the center.
$15 seconds in the match.
Cody doing a good job of not letting Edberg really get in position to take a shot or anything. Edberg looks a little bit gassed.
A little harder to breathe with that cotton stuffed up the nose, I'm sure, too.
And not an easy thing to do. Backing up here is Edberg. Almost seems content with letting this go. 2 seconds left. He's going to win this one. 7-1 most likely. Decision for Shakopee, another win.
That'll do it. Jack Edberg, the winner.
So Edberg does prevail by a 7-1 count here for the Sabres.
Shakopee 26.
And they go up 26-3 as you get that look at that nice takedown there. It kind of looked like from there that he was maybe going to start to really establish control, but didn't quite happen.
And there with a little bit of a trip, but Edberg, a lot of these Shakopee wrestlers, when they're on their feet, they're able to really work the opponent's head. Anytime somebody hits you in the head, it's hard to kind of recover from that. It's kind of a distraction. Your immediate reaction is to put your hands up and block what they're doing to your head, hitting you like that, and then all of a sudden that opens up your legs and they can take a shot. There's a quick takedown.
Andrew Kovac for Wayzata against Owen Webster of Shakopee. Webster was 4th at state last year. He is ranked number 2 right now. So Kovac slipping in at 152. 6th at the Ken Drogamiller invited Osseo.
Impressive takedown by Owen Webster to start the match. See if he tries to go for some near fall here. He's close. He's going to get some back points. He's got 3 near fall, and he has not broke that position. The ref will give him 3.
3-point near fall for Shakopee.
Even though Kovac had gotten off his back, the arm was still locked up. The position was still intact. So the ref gave him 3 finally there when the position was broken. The hold was broken. Close to having more back points is Webster. They're going to go off the mat here. No points. 5-0. He leads Kovac of Wayzata. Again, Shakopee solid in these lower weights.
I think sometimes, too, the thing you find with what the really good teams is even their guys who aren't great are decent. They're strong enough to stay in matches and maybe just lose a 3-point decision rather than, you know, an experienced guy going out there and getting put on his back right away.
Even a guy like Tyson Leon, who was definitely an underdog to Nick O'Brien. Well, he came out charging, and for a little bit, it was precarious there. You weren't sure where that match was going to go. But he loses, but only gives up a decision. So, yeah, it's like you said, Jay. They got they're just solid. They're obviously well coached. And the reason you can tell is a lot of these wrestlers have 2 or 3 different takedowns they tried, 2 or 3 different pinning combinations that they're comfortable with trying, probably even more. And it definitely shows. 5-0 here, Owen Webster in control. Andrew Kovac. Ooh, I think we got hurt for a second. Pulls him right back on top of him.
Kovac also has that strap of the headgear kind of obscuring his vision a little bit, too, to add insult to injury there.
Owen Webster.
Webster will defer the choice, and Kovac is going to choose down. And it looks like Webster is going to let him up. Yep. So he'll give up the escape, 5-1.
He stays nice and low there, does Webster. He's going to get another takedown as a result of that. Double leg takedown.
Well, he got in on that waist, and you could just tell there was no way he was going to be denied there.
Yeah, we're in middleweights now, so this isn't these aren't small kids by any means, but when you have that size and you can stay that low of the mat and keep that balance like Webster did there, he was really low and able to kind of create his own space. Takes a nice shot, gets a takedown. That's impressive. Wants to kind of work for a tilt if he can. Webster, too, just a sophomore. This is a team to look out for even the next couple years of Shakopee. A lot of young wrestlers.
Seven to 1 advantage here for Owen Webster in our 152-pound matchup. He's going to let him up again here, give up the escape. 7 to 2. Obviously comfortable working from the feet, trying to take him down again.
Yeah, watch how low he gets. If he does it again, he's trying to control the head now. But the last takedown he had, he was really low to the mat, kept his body balance, took a nice shot, got the takedown. Kovac trying to tie up with him here.
Almost looks like Webster wants to throw here.
Tries for a fireman's Kelly position now. Oh, nice move by Webster on the edge of the mat. He's going to get two. Able to spin around.
2-point takedown.
Still looking to be offensive, and that's good to see. Could have been content with going off the edge of the mat there, but he kept working for it. He's obviously one of those wrestlers that is very comfortable on his feet. He likes to be low to the mat if he can be. Wants to take a good shot. Kovac trying to tie up with Webster to slow him down a little bit. Oh, nice move.
Takedown.
I think that's his third different takedown, too, that he's used in this match.
Only 10 seconds to go in the period here now. Try and see if he can get a turn late in the period, but he's already in command.
Webster, having not watched him wrestle before, kind of strikes me as the type of wrestler who loves to be on his feet, and he'll work for a tilt. If it doesn't work, he'll go right back to his feet. Not necessarily a pinner, the impression I get. Not that he's not capable of that, but at least in this match, he's looking to get up and out here. Very comfortable on his feet. And he'll work for a tilt if it's there. Try to pick up that easy near fall. There's a reversal. Pretty much just stepped out the back door. Gets a reversal 13 to 3. Well into major decision territory. Oh, he's got him on his back now. There I say he's not a pinner, and now look at him. He's close to getting a pin.
I wanted to prove you wrong here.
Yeah.
Really looks like he's going for it now.
He is. He's got that half Nelson in deep. Props to Andrew Kovac. He's fighting hard. In trouble, though. Webster close to getting a pin. Kovac able to roll through it. Still in trouble. Webster not letting go of that half. Goes to the other side with it. Kovac is going to have to fend him off here with 1:10 to go. It's a lot of time. Webster's still trying. He's close to having a pin. There it is. Another pin for Shakopee.
453. That's Owen Webster.
Webster kept with it and then ends up getting the pin. Third pin of the night here for the Sabres.
Score now Shakopee 32, Wayzata 3.
Again, Webster using 3 or 4 different takedowns on that match. Sign of a good wrestler when you have that kind of arsenal that you're comfortable with going with.
At 160 pounds,
32 to 3.
Sabres, Michael
After
Wagner.
8 matches, Shakopee
Wayzata,
well in
the
control.
freshman, Daniel Herda.
Daniel Herda for Wayzata. Michael Wagner for Shakopee now at 160 pounds. Wagner, one of the captains for the Sabres, a 6-1 record for them. And Herda, new to the varsity, he's a freshman, so another one that the Sabres, I'm sure, come in expecting to get. It's always interesting, John, you know, this early in the season and against a team that's not in your section. I mean, sometimes coaches want to know everyone, you know, who's got what and what exactly is going to happen. Other times you're a little more low-key with it because you know that it's, you know, I don't want to say it's not an important match, but it isn't the same thing as being a tournament match or anything like that. So you just kind of send your guys out and say, do your best.
Yeah. I would say this is a good test for Shakopee's younger wrestlers, but boy, they've been established already. I mean, they just are very solid in the lower weights and the middle weights here. Wayzata definitely getting a feel of what it's like to wrestle kind of an upper echelon team. You know, Shakopee's knocked on the door of the state tournament a few years in a row now, coming up short to Prior Lake, but they're one of those teams that I think will be very tough to beat come section tournament time. Cradle now. Wagner has Herta in trouble. That's a pretty tight cradle. If he gets his knee into his side there a little bit, he's trying to. Close to having a pin. Michael Wagner, Shakopee. He's got that in pretty tight. Sometimes you see the right knee come up and just kind of go into the opponent's ribs. That might be a pin there, very close. Ref not quite giving it to him.
15 seconds.
Wagner trying hard.
Herta
Oh, I thought he almost had it.
Wow.
Good job by Herta to keep kicking. Wagner goes right back to the cradle, but he's not going to have enough time to finish it here. Trying for a corkscrew position.
5-0.
Oh, 5-0. Herta kicking his way out, able to fight off a pin. He'll defer his choice, and Wagner will choose down for period 2 here.
Wagner trying to sit out right away, trying for that switch. Got it. Textbook right there. Nice switch. Got his hips out right away. Kept moving, finished it. I bet he goes right back to the cradle here in a second.
And why not, based on how it worked in that first period.
This is another one of those long, lean wrestlers who is able to use his long arms and leverage to get that. Wagner breaking Herta down to the mat and try tilt here. Ref gives him a 1 count, but not enough for back points. There's the cradle set up for him. Lock that back up. Oh, I almost did. Brings Herta back down. He wants that cradle, you can tell, but if it's not there, he's going to try something else. Herta trying to play defense here, I think, the best he can. So Wagner's got this locked up. A cradle again. He's going to try and bring him back. There it is. He gets his knee in his side. You can see he's trying to do it. He's got very close to getting a pin. Herta again doing what he can to keep that right shoulder blade off the mat. There he's in trouble. Oh, the ref gave it to him. Yeah, both shoulder blades did touch.
At 3:29. Michael
So Wagner will get a fall, the third in a string of 4 matches here for the Sabres as they have dominated this one.
You can see he gets his knee up in his ribs and both shoulder blades touch the mat. Herta never stopped trying to get out of that. He kept kicking, but in that position, it was definitely a pin.
For Shakopee at 170 pounds is the senior.
We go to 170, Juan Rodriguez for Shakopee and Blake Hamlin for Wayzata. Blake won 16 matches last year. This will be his first match, though, of this season. And Juan has gotten off to a 2-3 start here for Shakopee. So probably one that both guys come in thinking they've got a shot to win. Well, Wayzata knew it was going to be a tough one tonight. I don't know if they expected to be down by this kind of margin at this point in the match, though.
I don't think they did. Yeah, they knew, like you said, Jay, they knew this would be a tough opponent tonight in Shakopee, a very solid team. But to be down 38-3, and we're starting to move into the upper weights here. Time running out. There's a takedown for Rodriguez.
2-point takedown.
Shakopee gets off to another early lead. I don't think the Trojans thought that they would be down by 35 at this point. But I've been impressed with Shakopee. They have a very, they're solid in the lower weights. I think they could stick with most teams in the state. And that's not exactly a bold thing to say. I think they could beat most teams in the state. How about that?
Hamlin trying hard to get up and out. Rodriguez keeps just bringing him back down to the mat.
He's got him flattened out here a little bit. Maintaining hand control. Rodriguez crossface. Oh, we're trying for a corkscrew here. And a walk around the front of the head with that if he can and tilt him, turn him over. Hamlin hanging onto that leg. Trying to make it difficult for Rodriguez to get leverage. The hold breaks. Should be, Hamlin almost had an escape there, but Rodriguez able to get back behind him, maintain that 2-0 lead with
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go here in the first period.
And the period will come to an end with Rodriguez getting that one takedown to lead it 2-0 here as we head into the second. Rodriguez will defer, and Hamlin is going to choose both up.
Shakopee defers. Wayzata chooses neutral.
It wasn't kind of an encouraging sight to see tonight, to see all the wrestlers on both these squads. Exhibition after exhibition match, it seemed like. So both programs have the numbers. That's good to see.
Yeah, you don't take that for granted anymore, whether it's the bigger schools around here or smaller. That, you know, it's obviously a very sport that's thriving in some communities, but not across the board maybe like it once was.
And sadly, numbers going down in other parts of the state. We're seeing rivals pair with each other, and yeah, like you said, we looked at the lineup tonight, not a single forfeit. That's good to see. Rodriguez with what should be a 5-point move here at least. Takes Hamlin right to his back, close to having a pin. Hamlin trying to bridge. Rodriguez trying to kind of get that reverse half here set up. Close to having a pin. He's got his hand underneath the shoulder blade. He's going to have to move that if he wants to get a pin here. Close to having it. Minute to go for Hamlin. A long time here. He's going to have to fight this off. Rodriguez really trying to press his shoulder blades to the mat. Ref sees that. I think that right shoulder blade was just hanging on. Now it's not. That's a pin for Rodriguez. Another pin for Shakopee.
Big win for Rodriguez, able to get that one at the time of 3:13.
5-point move. He just underhooked him. Hamlin trying to shot there, looked like a double leg, and Rodriguez just underhooks him right to his back. Kind of waits him out and gets the pin for Shakopee.
At 182 pounds.
So we go now to 182. Alex King for Shakopee, Colin Sohn for Wayzata. King is 6-4 this year. Sohn, two-time state entrant, section champ last year, and he's ranked number 3, over 100 career wins. And Sohn gets a quick takedown.
2-point takedown for Sohn.
Yeah, a match here where Wayzata is definitely trying to pick up some points if they can.
Sohn has him in some trouble early. The cradle fell off, but he's nearly got him already.
Yeah, close to a pin right away, Jay. Wayzata could really use this. That's very close to being a pin for Colin Sohn. He's got him wrapped up pretty good. King fights it off, though, to his credit. A 5-0 hole right away. trying a little bit of a roll there for a second. Almost worked. Sohn, though, going to move him right to his back. He's got him in trouble. King didn't move much there when he got thrown to his back. Thought he was hurt for a second, but Sohn trying to get the pin. King trying to fight it off. And they're going to go off the edge of the mat. That should be 8-0 now. Colin Sohn of Wayzata. Yeah, King, I think, is hurt a little bit. He went right to his back. He's holding that shoulder, but he's going to continue on, we think. The way he came down that shoulder, I thought he was hurt for a second. There's a caution. 8-0.
Caution on Wayzata.
Sohn, 38 seconds to go in the first period. He's close to giving up a point here off cautions, though.
Caution Wayzata.
Sohn cross-facing right off the bat here. It's a good position to be in if you're comfortable with it, because you can work for the cradle like you did here, or kind of a corkscrew. That's very close to having King's shoulders flat. I think he's got it. There he does. 40-second pin. Colin Sohn of Wayzata.
Sohn probably saying, okay, this is a little more like it now for Wayzata as they get just their second win of the night and first pin. Sohn.
Oh, that's a really tight cradle. King broke it, but it was after the pin had already happened. Wayzata now with 2 wins on the night, their first pin of the night.
At 195.
We go to 195 now. Zach Tangeman
Senior Jordan Porteous.
and Jordan Porteous for Wayzata going at it here. Tangeman 1 and 2 so far this year, and Porteous 1 and 1. Porteous had a knee injury last year.
And he flattens out Tangeman there pretty good, gets around him for 2. Trying to chop that arm, break him down, goes for a crossface himself. Worked for Colin Sohn, why not me, he's thinking.
You know, if you're Wayzata, obviously you're too far behind to, make up a lot of ground on the team, but you would at least like to end the night with a little more spark. They were, let's face it, they were being dominated for a good share of the match. You like to see some things good happen for your team late, and take a little bit out of the match anyway.
I think Shakopee has done that to a lot of people this year, just watching the way the wrestlers come out. And we talked about it, just how they continually move. They switch from move to move. If something's not working, they have something else they're comfortable with trying, and it's paying off for them. And you can tell they're well coached, but probably a pretty hard-working wrestling team, I'm guessing, too.
Yeah, I like the way they don't coast when they, a lot of teams, a lot of guys will say, okay, I got a takedown. I'm kind of satisfied with that. I'm going to ride him for a little bit. You don't see that very much with, they're working for the next thing. They're thinking to that next move.
Yeah, I think they're coached that way, is to be aggressive. And they just don't want to stop. And, it's one of those things where Wayzata, yes, you're going to lose this dual meet tonight, but some of these matches have actually been pretty good, and it's a good test to see where you're at. And it's a good learning experience, even in a loss. Tangeman maintaining his base here. Porteous trying to break him down, has hand control. They go off the edge of the mat again. 27 seconds left to go in the first period. Starting back again here, center of the mat.
Porteous trying to see if he can't work a power half in there, but it's not been really open.
Kind of an early takedown for Porteous, but not able to turn Tangeman, and Tangeman not able to get away, and as a result, it'll be 2-0 here as we go into the second period. Wayzata defers.
2-0 for Porteous for Wayzata. Second period.
I'm sorry, Tangeman defers.
Deferred.
Porteous wants neutral again. He was able to score a takedown early on, first period. Coming around again for another 2. Has it. Ref gives it to him 4-0 now.
Takedown for the Trojans.
I think he sees an opportunity for a cradle.
He's got a near cradle there. See if he can move Tangeman to his back. He's got it locked up pretty good. There's a couple ways he can do that. He can get behind that leg and walk it over the front, but he can bring it back the other way. But Tangeman able to fight it off. 4-0 now. He trails Jordan Porteous of Wayzata.
A little surprised Porteous gave that up. I thought he could have maybe, still had possibilities with it.
He had it locked up pretty tight. He just couldn't quite figure out where he wanted to go with it. Obviously, Tangeman wasn't just going to give it to him, so as a result, the hold breaks and he maintains control here with Tangeman flat on his belly, but a lot of action despite a 4-0 score. They'll go off the edge of the mat.
A little bit of a
I think the ref was going to let him
whistle blow there.
I think the ref was going to see if they went back in the onto the mat on their own, but it wasn't going to happen.
It was like they blew the whistle in their heads when it hadn't really blown yet.
Yeah, I think I would probably do that a lot if I was a referee. Just going to forget that, yeah, I got to blow this whistle here. There's an arm bar for Porteous. Trying to lock it up pretty good if he can. He's got to move off to the side to try and crank that. He should. Almost got it. He's going to break the plane here. That's back points. Now he's going to use his weight on top of Tangeman. Tangeman in trouble. He's got his right arm on Porteous' right leg, trying to use that to fend him off. Well, he's pretty flat right there, though. Almost a pin for Porteous. Porteous knows he's close. Almost has it. Tangeman fighting. Oh, he's got him pretty locked up here. That's a headlock now. Oh, and the whistle blows. Clock runs out. That'll be 7-0 Jordan Porteous. He'll get 3 near fall.
3-point near fall. 7-0 at the end of 2. Third period.
Buzzer coming just in time there for Zach.
A couple times there it looked like Porteous had him pretty flat. Tangeman able to fight it off. Wayzata coach is yelling, let's get back to it. Yeah, they want to see him try that again. He had a headlock at the end of that almost finished Tangeman off, but it was not to be. Flattens him out again here. Open for half Nelson there for a second, but he's been trying to stand up, trying to get up and out, not able to do it. Look at a restart here, 1:24 to go in the third, 7-0. Jordan Porteous of Wayzata leads Zach Tangeman rather of Shakopee.
Back into what's been a familiar pattern in this match, really. Porteous working from the top, looking to get turns. He nearly had him pinned at the end of the last period. Spent quite a bit of the match in this position.
Porteous in full control pretty much from the start of this match. But at this point, he just has a decision. 3 team points for Wayzata, get him in the double figures, but I think Porteous knew he was close to getting a pin with 40 seconds left. That's still got to be on his mind. He's going to let him go here, I think. 7-1. Coach just said let him go. Now if he gets a takedown, that'll be a major decision.
Referee throwing his body in there to keep the wrestlers safe. You know, you obviously it's not mattering too much in the team score in this one, but you still coach it that way. That, okay, let's be worried about it getting a major here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, you still want to keep that mentality that you're getting as many team points as you can. You're going to lose the dual meet, but the next dual meet you're in, you might need these points. So Porteous lets him go. He didn't have the major anyways. It was only 7-0, so if he does get the takedown, it's just a bonus. He's going to get the win. Not going to be able to finish it off, but Jordan Porteous does get a decision for Wayzata. 7-1.
Senior Jordan Porteous.
A couple times there we thought Zach Tangeman was going to be pinned, but right there even. Almost looks like that right shoulder blade is down, but it's just staying off the mat barely. Good job by Zach Tangeman to fight that off for Shakopee.
At 220
We go to 220 now. It'll be Jesse Jimenez for Shakopee, Corey King for Wayzata. Jesse, 3 wins, 5 losses so far this year, and first year out for wrestling for Corey. He was a sophomore, 1-1 so far, and very good athlete and a strong physical guy, but just lacking experience.
He's, like you said, a strongly built kid. If he can learn a little technique, there's some hope for him there. King, you can tell he just doesn't, both wrestlers in this case, just not sure what to make of the other one right now.
You know, a lot of times, obviously, the ranked guys or the guys who've been in the state are the focal point. But let's face it, each match counts the same in terms of how you can score. So how these guys develop, you know, is just as important ultimately for your team as how your top guns do.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, Shakopee, they're so solid all the way through, but these upper weights, I think they come back to the pack a little bit. So if they can get some good wrestling out of Zach Tangeman and Jesse Jimenez here late in their dual meets against some of these very good teams that they'll end up facing most likely in the sections and whatnot, that will bode well for them to stay competitive. And we talked about it earlier. They've been knocking on the door of the state tournament for a few years. I'm sure they want to. So Bum Phillips used to say we're going to knock the thing down now. So Prior Lake in that section will be tough, but an impressive team, and they're going to get an impressive win tonight.
And period's going to come to an end. A rather cautious first period, and no score on the board here. King will defer his choice. Jimenez is going to choose down, which sometimes then you get up into the heavier weights, the guys aren't particularly thrilled with picking down just because it's a lot of weight to fight off you.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it, you know. And if you do get turned, you're probably done in that case too. So I tell you, King's experience, the lack of, is coming to play here a little bit. He didn't take a shot the whole first period. Now I'm not sure. I think he understands he's trying to get hand control if he can. Trying to break Jimenez down. King, a strong kid, you can tell. Jimenez going to work for a reversal. He gets it.
So the deadlock broken, and Jimenez on the board.
He's going to try and throw him the legs on King. Trying for a power half. He's trying to get it. He's going to almost run out of room here. Russ gonna, gave him a 1 count. Says not too much back and forth. The plane has not been broken yet.
King would like to get off the edge of the mat here. He's not too far away.
Coaches on both sides getting pretty excited there for a second. And we're going to go off the edge of the mat. I don't think there's any near fall. He never did really break the plane. If he did, it was momentarily, so no near fall. Still 2-0. Jesse Jimenez leads Corey King of Wayzata. Jimenez with a bloody lip there, but I don't know if that's enough to warrant blood time. It does not look like that's going to be the case. Wayzata coach is yelling to Corey King, don't sit, get up and out. He sits out. That's good, but he's going to get caught in a chin drop here if he's not careful. He does. He's on his back. Chin drop for Jesse Jimenez. He's got King in trouble. Trying to get perpendicular. He's got a half here. Trying to, coach his own, get off to the side, use that. Got 10 seconds to go in the period. He's got King in trouble. King able to fight it off. He'll give up 3 near fall, but he'll be around for the third period. For a second there, Jimenez had him in big trouble.
Well, when you've got an inexperienced guy, really one of the first things you look for, I think, is does he have some fight in him? Does he want to stay in there? And we saw that from King right there. Yeah, he's struggling, but he didn't give up. It would have been easy to just let yourself get pinned right there and get that heavy guy off you, but you didn't do it.
Yeah, he looks a little bit gassed, but here he is in the third period. He's down 5-0. Anything can happen when you're only down by 5, 5-point move. And he's going to have Jimenez in trouble now. We're just talking about, no, Jimenez reverses it. Close to having a pin now on King. And he got it.
Jimenez picking up the fall for the Sabres.
Winner by pin, Jesse Jimenez.
So a good battle there. Jimenez controlled most of it, and he does ultimately end up getting the fall for the Sabres after he was nearly to his back briefly.
Was on his back for about a second. It looked like King was going to, we were just talking about how quickly this sport can change, and score often doesn't mean a thing if you can get a pin. Well, King had him on his back for a second, but Jimenez, to his credit, rolled through it.
And it's
got the pin himself.
Last match of the evening, the heavyweights for Shakopee, the sophomore. Nick.
We go to heavyweights. Nick Kropika for Shakopee and Bryce Schwab for Wayzata. 3-1 record for Schwab early this year, and Schwab quickly takes him down.
Kropika kind of took himself down there for a second. He tried to bear hug, went right to his own back.
Get
Schwab.
the 2 for Kropika here as he scores. It actually was not a takedown awarded initially, like I jumped the gun a little bit, so Kropika will get the first takedown.
Kropika tried to bear hug, went right to his back, but Schwab not quite able to capitalize. Had him on his back for a second, and Kropika stuck with it, kept moving, got the takedown, leading 2-0 with 1:10 here to go in the first period. Trying to walk around his head, kind of almost seems like it's kind of a corkscrew position, but he doesn't have the crossface on him that he needs to have for that. And regardless, they go back to their base here. Schwab back to being broken on his belly, trying to work to his base. Pika got a little high there for a second, but does not pay the price for it. Stays behind Schwab. He mentioned it before. I think Wayzata at least would like to go out on a high note here, get a win in this match if they could. They're going to lose the dual meet, but they can come out with a win here at heavyweight. Last match of the evening that will boost your confidence a little bit.
So far, not looking good in that regard, though, as Kropika's been riding him for most of the period after that takedown.
Kropika just kind of out-muscling Bryce Schwab right now.
Now, we don't have the weigh-in sheets, but I got to believe he's got a little bit of a size advantage for him. Maybe not, as they stand up Schwab. They're both pretty big guys.
They are, and the way that started, I thought this match was going to be over very quickly. Either way, Kropika went for that barrel. Let's see if he tries that again. Both guys kind of want to go upper body a little bit. Topeka trying for that headlock, slips. That'll be a takedown for Schwab. Kind of get a little high on Topeka. He's got to come back a little bit on him. He's going to let him go and try that again. 3-2. Not a bad decision to let him go. If you get those tired, well, maybe it was. Lets him go. Topeka using his weight here, his muscle to try and get a pin. He's got Schwab in big trouble. There's the pin. An exclamation point for Shakopee. Going to win it tonight, 56-12.
2:38.
You kind of figured this one was going to be a pin one way or the other, as heavyweight matches often are, especially with guys who aren't super experienced. And Topeka able to end it in style for the Sabres. So we saw every bit of why they're a top 10 team right now early in the season, John. And good, strong performance by Shakopee. Wayzata got some work, but you know they've obviously got a chance to do some things. They're not in really the toughest of sections come the end of the season. So definitely some learning to do though for them after a good match like this tonight. Good opponent.
Yeah, they're well coached. They got some good wrestlers, and the score does not look good tonight. But keep in mind, like you said, Jay, that's a team that's probably top 5 or 6 in the state, Class 3A right now. Very solid Shakopee team. So, yeah, not good on the scoreboard, but Wayzata has some very solid wrestlers. They're well coached. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. We're just in the middle of December.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for this one here tonight. Our first wrestling telecast of the year. We've got Osseo Maple Grove coming up in about a week as well. Shakopee 56, Wayzata 12, our final. For John Lauritsen and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night here from Wayzata High School.